All right, this is Mr. Wyrick, and I'm here to go over the 310 notes, the inscribed angles. So if you took the notes for the central angles, you remember that the central angle and the arc have exactly the same measure. As we go to number 2, the second slide here, you can see it has a definition of an inscribed angle. It touches the wall of the circle rather than going to the center. And we have the intercepted arc, the arc that has the endpoints of that angle. So in this case, we have angle R or angle QRS, and that arc would be QS. The inscribed angle theorem, which is on the next slide, says if an angle is inscribed in a circle, then the measure of the angle is 1/2 of the measure of its intercepted arc. So if we look at this one, this arc AB would be a pretty good size. We could say it's maybe a 100-degree arc or something like that. If that arc is 100 degrees, then the inscribed angle there is going to be 50 degrees. It would be half of the arc. If they give us the angle, if they tell us this angle is a 45-degree angle, then that means that the arc is going to be double that. So if you're moving from the angle to the arc, you multiply by 2. If you're moving from the arc to the angle, you divide by 2. So if we look at this next thing with the examples on slide number 4, the measure of arc CF, we can see angle D up there is what intercepts CF, and we have a 40-degree angle, so that would be an 80-degree arc. And then it asks for the measure of angle C. We can see arc DE there. It's a 98-degree arc, so going from the outside back in, 98 divided by 2 would give us a 49-degree angle. On our next slide, if we have 2 inscribed angles that intercept the exact same arc, then those are congruent angles. So you can kind of see there's some leeway in where you can place that angle. You can have some pretty extreme ones, and there might be some of those on the assignment. But if you have more than one arc or more than one angle that goes to the exact same arc, then those are going to be the same. If DA is a 60-degree arc, then both angle C and angle B are going to be 30-degree angles. If we look at our example on the 6th slide, if the measure of angle S is 3x and the measure of angle V is x plus 16, find the measure of angle S. We know that since they both intercept arc TU there, that it should be that those angles are congruent. So you would just say 3x is equal to x plus 16. That would give you, after you subtracted x, 2x equals 16, so x is equal to 8. And you put 8 back into either one of these, you should end up with a 24-degree angle, which would give us a 48-degree arc. The angles of inscribed polygons, if we have a shape that's inscribed into there, it'll let us know some things about those angles. And specifically, if we have a diameter like we do here at FH going through the center all the way across the circle, then that means that angle G is a right angle. It may not look it, but because we have a 180-degree arc, a semicircle, we're going to have that 90-degree angle. On number 8, if the measure of angle F is 7x plus 2, the measure of angle H is 17x minus 8, find the value of x. We can see FH is a semicircle, which means the other side is also a semicircle. So these two angles are going to add up to 90 degrees. Remember, they're inscribed, so they won't add up to 180 like the arcs would. They're going to add up to 90 degrees. That angle G is going to be a right angle. So it's like a triangle, all going to add up to 180, and we've already got 90 of it taken care of. On slide number 9, just in case this one comes up, if a quadrilateral is inscribed in a circle, then the opposite angles are going to be supplementary. You can see we have KM, and KLM as an arc and KNM as an arc are going to complete that circle. So the whole circle is 360 degrees. So between those two arcs, we have 360 degrees, which means between those two inscribed angles at L and N, we are going to have 180 degrees. If we look at number 10, quadrilateral WXYZ is inscribed in circle V. find the measure of angle X and the measure of angle Y. The opposite angles are going to be supplementary. So 180 minus 60 means it's going to be a 120 degree angle there for X. And 180 minus 95 means we're going to have an 85 degree angle for Y. Your work for today should be a delta math. You can take care of that digitally. And good luck. Have a good spring break.